Hey everyone, it's Val, and I'm 8 months on T. Again, as I said in my previous video, it's not like there's a lot that it's not like there's a lot of changes that I want to talk about because, I mean, as I said, the changes are slowing down. I think like my face is done changing, like it's gotten, my face looks very different from how it looked before. I can see that, like it's gotten a lot wider. My jawline also is a lot sharper and wider, and my chin has gotten longer. And I think that's as much as I can expect for like this year. Like if I want further facial changes, I think I'm going to have to wait until like a couple of years down the line, because right now I think that's pretty much it. My facial hair is still coming in. It's gotten a bit longer here and very long and very dark like here and here. And there's a lot of it like here, but I shave it off. And yeah, I think also my body hair is pretty much done growing. If anything, the one thing that I can report that has begun occurring that I didn't expect so early is fat redistribution. I have a pretty bad relationship with my body and my weight. I was kind of prepared to not really see anything different and not so I wouldn't be disappointed. Like I was kind of like thinking, okay, so my my fat will redistribute in like a lot of years, like it's going to take years down the line, and I'm not going to see it immediately, and I won't, magically fix my body from one day to the next. It will take a lot of work, a lot of years, a lot of time, and a lot of effort, and I'm going to have to be okay with it. But instead, it's already happening. Like, I take comparison photos, like, I used to take them, like, almost weekly, about my body and my face to see, what was progressing. And for a while, I haven't been really doing it consistently because, I've been forgetting to... I don't really care as much, but the last time I did it, as I do, I compared it to my photos like pre-T, and I realized that my hips have like shrunk a considerable amount. I also take body measurements, and my measurements for my hip area have stayed roughly the same. And that kind of made me think that nothing was changing. But when you look at it, I have gained a lot of weight on my belly. And if you really think about it, it would make no sense that my belly has grown a lot and my hips have stayed the same and then my measurements haven't increased. If the measurements have stayed the same, it means that I've gained in one place and lost in another. So yeah, my hips have gotten smaller, which is fantastic because they were like pretty much like 80% of my dysphoria. And I still do have thighs, and I think they still look very feminine, but my hips have decreased a lot, so most of my dysphoria is just centered around like my chest and my legs, because I don't think that my legs... I don't know if I can call it dysphoria right now for my legs, because it's mostly insecurity, because like I don't think they make me look feminine, but I think they look very ugly in that they're very big, and like not big in a muscular way, big in a fat way, which I don't know, I personally don't really like for myself. I would like to have long, slender legs, and it has some baggage to it, because those long, slender legs were a big part of were basically the only thing that I was proud of myself for when I was underweight and struggling very harshly with an eating disorder, because I thought oh, I'm doing something right, I have very long, very slender legs. And now that I don't, I'm very insecure about, the size of my legs. But that's fine. I mean, I'm sure that will either change or I will change my mind about it. I'm still very much not satisfied with my voice at all. Like, I don't know, I might be okay with it if it stayed like this, but I wouldn't be too happy about it. Like, I don't think my voice is ugly, but I do think it's very feminine and if not feminine, immature. Like, it doesn't sound quite right. Like, it's not, the voice that a 20-year-old man would have. I think it sounds either like a child or like an alpha person who's trying to sound masculine, if I'm being honest. I don't know, that might just be me, because I've been told that my voice has gotten a lot deeper, and I realize it has gotten very much deeper than it used to be, but I also don't think it's deep enough to, be congruent with my rest of myself. Like, I'm a 20-year-old man, I should sound like a 20-year-old man, not like a 16-year-old boy, you feel me? I mean, it might just be an issue with me because right now, this is my voice that I use, like, to talk normally, day to day. It's pretty easy to maintain and it's what comes out naturally. But I can do a lot deeper voices if I try. If I push my voice down in my chest, this is what it sounds like. It takes a lot of effort and I can't maintain it as easily. So yeah, I don't know. And that's kind of it. But I realized that I can do, a lot of things with my voice that that I wasn't able to do before. Like, reaching, like just last month, reaching the depth that I did before, they took a lot more effort and it sounded a lot more artificial. And right now, I don't know, I think that's pretty much it. There's not been, that much of a difference. Like, the only thing that I can think of to talk about it right now is my shift to, to injection and how's that's been going. I don't think I've noticed any difference at all. So far, I don't feel too different from how I felt like when I was using gel. I feel pretty much the same. Like, I don't think there's anything like that different. I had a bit of a spike in my testosterone, like right after I, stabbed my butt cheek. And I felt very hype and very energetic and very much, oh my god, I can do anything. And right now, I just feel normal. I don't think enough time has passed for me to notice anything about if anything's going too different. But I do know another guy who has also started taking injections of sustanon. And he said that he's really struggling with it, that his T levels are all over the place and that he feels terrible about it. And I also have heard a lot of guys who think, who don't really like the way sustanon reacts with their bodies. I was kind of apprehensive at first about it too, because I thought like, oh shit, what if it doesn't work for me? But, it's kind of working. I'm hoping that it's working. I hope that my not feeling any difference at all is a good thing, because it means it's progressing pretty much the same. That's all I had to say about it. I think I'm coming to that point in my YouTube career. Can I call it a career if I don't have even, if I have less than 50 subscribers and I just make videos for the hell of it, just in case someone will find them helpful? I think I've come to the point in my YouTube life that I kind of want to branch out, because all I've been doing on my channel at all has just been transition updates, and I kind of want to actually do something with this channel. Was thinking of going more into eating disorders and the trans-masc community, because that's a topic that has been talked about before, but I think not enough and not with the right kind of depth. Most of what has already been said boils down to, oh, there's a problem with eating disorders and the trans community, and that's pretty much it. People don't talk about what breeds this issue, how to tackle it, what can you do to feel better about yourself if you're already struggling with these thoughts. There's a lot of resources for recovering cis people with eating disorders. And I think when your eating disorder doesn't come from as much as a societal pressure to conform to a beauty standard, as much as a pressure within yourself to look a certain way because it gives you dysphoria, or because you want to pass, or because of whatever trans-related reason, I think it cannot be treated exactly the same as a cis person's eating disorder. And some things might work for everybody and be helpful, regardless of your gender. I think there should be more advice targeted specifically to trans people. And I'm speaking specifically about transmasculine people, because that's my experience and that's what I have experience with. Personally, my eating disorder is very intertwined with my being trans, with my personal dysphoria. And I'm not gonna get too much into it, because I started out talking about it right now, I will never stop. So if you would like to hear me talk about that, let me know, and I will talk about it. I have so many things that I could talk about and that I kind of forget to make a video about, that ADHD life. How I love living with cool guy syndrome. Let me know if you have any ideas of things that I could talk about. I'm open for suggestions. And this has been this month's update. I hope your next month is great. I hope I have a new video soon, and I hope I can make my next update in time. I hope you have a great holidays, and that whatever holiday you celebrate goes great for you, and I hope you have a great New Year's Eve. And yeah, I will see you in next year, I think. Holy shit.